look at your life and ask this question. Is this a relationship with God issue? Is God personally and intimately involved in my life? If I want to know if I'm balanced, I got to ask that question. Is God personally and intimately involved in my life? Jesus has this conversation in John chapter 3 with a guy named Nicodemus. He's a leader. He comes, he knocks on the door, he says, hey, Jesus, you're a great guy, and you're doing great things, and God must be with you. He says, God really must be with you. Jesus responds to him in a way that really takes the conversation to another place. Jesus says, you know, you're absolutely right. Take it from me. Unless a person is born from above, it's not possible to see what I'm pointing to. I'm pointing to God's kingdom. It's impossible. Now, the King James says, you must be born again. Verily, brother, I say unto you, unless you're born again, you cannot see the kingdom of God. Here's what's happening. He's having this conversation with Jesus, and Jesus simply points him to his personal relationship with God. The guy comes to commend Jesus because Jesus seems balanced to him. He said, you couldn't be doing what you're doing unless God's with you. But Jesus doesn't even respond to the compliment, basically. He just simply says, it is about relationship. It's about heaven helping you. It's about help from above. And Nicodemus responds with a bit of a confusing look. Now, I want you to see this. Jesus says it's all about relationship. And I want to tell you something. There's some things you will never, ever, ever, ever be balanced in until you come to a more intimate relationship with God. Are you intimately relating to God? Now, this is really a strong thing to say to a guy who's a Jewish leader. But could it possibly be that he missed it? And could you be possibly missing it? That as far as Jesus was concerned, this religious leader needed to focus on his personal relationship with God. He needed to focus on his walk with God in an up-close way.